Greetings and salutations. I wasn't planning to go anywhere today, but plan was to be extremely lazy, and then as usual I was in bed having a coffee, and then I was watching some YouTube videos from the allotmenteers I follow, and I was like, oh, I could pop down and do a couple of hours work, you know, nothing stopping me. So that's what we're doing. We're going to go and get some work done. I'm not doing what I did 2 weekends ago. I think that is road to burnout. We're just going to do 2 hours work. The time now is 9:30. We'll be here until 11:30 because this afternoon is movie time. So that's it. Right, see you when I get to the space. Ciao. Okay, we're here. The allotment is close to the road that leaves the village, but not too bad. Someone said they were giving up, but it looks like they're still digging. So maybe it's the sense that most gardeners get at times that, oh, I'm just tired of this, I just want to give it up. And then they get another burst of inspiration. Ground is extremely soggy, so definitely it's Wellington boots only and careful walking, because if you're not careful you can end up falling. So my plan is continue with my prep today, choose the easier of the 2 jobs that are left, and then see how far I can get it done. Oh Lord, don't even know where to start with this, but let's first have a look around and then we'll look at doing that. Okay, interestingly enough, despite the fact that the raspberries are almost dead, they're still producing a few fruits here and there, like there. And we've got a small path there. Carrots look like they've done a little bit more in way of growing, just there next to the lettuce. The lettuce looks like someone has decided to take a munch out of it since Stella is not eating it. And then here we have turnips, which are not doing much. I don't know whether they'll grow any bigger. Oh, there's one over there which is really big, but can't get to it right now. I can't waste time on this. I came and harvested some of this yesterday for a colleague who enjoyed it. I don't enjoy it, so it's not going to be on my list for next year. So what I'm thinking is I want to do this area. Problem with this area is we have that netted area which I do not wish to keep, so it needs to come down, and it looks like it will be a lot of work to bring down. Do I have the energy for it? I do not know. I am going to see what I can do. Good news is there's not much in way of weeds in this bed here. Reason being, I covered it with some paper. I can see 1 or 2 weeds, but those will be easy to pull up. This area is a bit tricky because I've got a crown here, although I don't know whether this crown is just dead because it's winter or it's dead because it's dead. So I'll wait till spring to move it, but I want to sort out this area, make it into one big bed. and to do that it needs to have everything moved. So I'll set you up, get myself prepped, and we'll get going. Wish me luck, because I don't know how far I'm going to get this. I am on my own, which is nice. So it's just you and I here. I think this encompasses the area I'm planning to work on. So before we even get started, it's key that I actually get some pictures. Okay. Phew, that was tough. The net was so stapled on, it was very, very difficult to remove. But as you can see, already the space is looking so much more open and much nicer, at least in my eyes it is. With the sunglasses on, I don't see the day the way I should, so I'm going to keep them off. It's not like there's a lot of sun, but I'm happy so far. And now the next stage is to take down that frame there. I'm thinking that bed is very solid, so I might keep it as an individual bed, but next to it, those two beds next to it, just there, and to take off those pallet collars and just dig it up as one and cover it. My aim is get all of this done by the end of mid-December, so that by the end of December I'm putting down manure on every bed and then just recovering them, so you know we can feed the beds for the rest of the winter. Okay, let's get back to it. I forgot my watch, so I'm going to set a timer on here so that when the timer goes, I know it will be time to leave or time to shut down. So I need to be stopping what I'm doing at least 15 minutes before the time I said I was leaving, which is 11:30, because I need to get home, shower, and get ready to go out again. So let's set a timer and then we'll get going. You may be wondering what I am up to. Basically, I've taken the post down as you've seen, and then I can't lift that bed as it is now because it's well solid and well bedded in, so I'm going to leave it. But because it's so stony, you remember how much, oh, I'll have to put that up, my sifting of stones for some of the other beds I've done. What I've decided to do instead is to go down the route of a proper no dig, but with horse manure. So I'm going to go get a few wheelbarrows of horse manure. I've covered the weeds in the bed. They'll rot down and they'll feed the soil, so I'm not worried about them being down there. There were a few deep holes where the poles were. I filled those with stones so I don't end up with mice or anything like that in the bed. I've had an experience like that at home before, and that put me off of no dig for a very long while. But it was a deep raised bed. This is a small one, so I should be able to manage it. So I'm going to go get some horse manure and then fill this bed up. I don't even know how much time I've got left, but even if I finish just that one bed, I've done a lot. I've taken down the post that was actually affecting my ability to see all the way into my allotment. So it feels nice, open, fresh, airy. I'll show you at the end. So let me go get some manure. This is the one time I envy those people who are right up close to the pile of manure, because right now I am knackered. I've got the second barrel there and it has actually just managed to knock me out. So I'm going to do that, look at the time and see how much time I have left. But I'm also at the point where I'm thinking after this I should stop, because I burnt out last time and I've overfilled the wheelbarrow, I know, but hey, it makes it much easier in terms of I don't have to keep going back to for more, because I'm taking small wheelbarrows. You carry it the once, it hurts you the once, and then you're done. So 2 wheelbarrows, and now I'm thinking it's going to be 2 wheelbarrows per bed on this side where we're working now. So I may do 2 per session when I come down, to make sure that I have actually got everything sorted. In fact, these are the beds which had better soil in them. We'll only get 1 wheelbarrow per bed. So if the soil is loose and has enough to hold roots, I don't need the extra barrows. What I need is oh, I've just noticed something's been digging in my bed, but oh well, doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just that that bed was really messed up. There's no soil to speak of, it's all rocks. It's almost as if whoever had this allotment before me was using that space for dropping all the rocks in. So let's do this and get out of here. I'm knackered. Has been made for me. I've got very little time left, so this other bed is going to have to be done later, but in the time that's left, let me see if I can cut down these beans and leave them lying flat on the bed, so that when I come next time it will be a matter of sorting it out. I also need to buy more weed membrane, because as you can see, I've had to use a whole lot of paper to just cover up the bed so that I don't get weed seeds or anything like that going into it. In fact, as we speak, I can see a hole, so let me just cover that one up first. Okay, so weed membrane is definitely better than cardboard, but I need the cardboard for underneath if these other beds are similar. But this one will hopefully as it breaks down, and I'll put some plants in it to loosen the soil, and we'll hopefully end up with a bed that has excellent soil regardless of all the stones. The stones will be great because it will mean that it will have very good drainage. So I'll probably have to buy a couple of bags of compost to top it up when I first plant in it. About 2 bags of compost is better than 1,000 bags of compost, which is what it would take if I was to do the whole of this bed and other beds. Well, the whole of this allotment really. Okay, so let me finish up quickly and then I can go home and have fun at the movies. We're going to go watch Wakanda Forever. I've been looking forward to this movie, so let's see what it brings. Okay, once again I forgot to record that last bit, but doesn't that look great? All opened out, so now I clear away. My timer has gone. I've got 15 minutes to clear up and then we can set up. Oh, I'm so happy that that's done. It's been sitting there bugging me. It was tough sorting that area out, and I can see where there are holes already. So let me just cover those up and then we'll go. Okay, I'm all done clearing up, and so this is what it looks like from here now. And therefore sitting here by my shed will be good enough for me, because I can look out and see the whole space as a complete unobstructed piece of work in progress. So let me just go show you some progress on my garlic, because we planted the garlic. I don't even remember when. I put the date in when I checked the last video I did when I was planting the garlic. And now the garlic has come up. I looked across and suddenly saw it. So let's go have a look. Okay, let's go. The wheelbarrow is waiting for me, so I can take it back to its owner, just down there. Now let me go show you the garlic. The pumpkins are still here. Oh, I'll pick them up. If the weather is good tomorrow, I'll come and do a bit more work, so I'll pick them up then. So let's just go have a look at this before we go. As you can see, someone has dug out my garlic. I think it's the birds, as people talk about, but I'm alright with that, because the other lot of garlic seems to be doing okay. Let me just take away these guys. There, you see, there's some garlic. That one is the one that has been pulled out just there. So, but the others seem to be doing fine, so I'm just going to leave it. Pak choy is just there to look pretty for now. I've got slugs because of the boards. I can't change that now, but I'll work out something to try and stop them from coming into the bed and eating my pak choy. But for now, this is how I set this bed up. I can't change it now. I'm not planning to. The idea would be to take the boards out and then you take out the home for the slugs, but probably what I could have done is I could have planted mustard green all along the edge, because they don't need the mustard green. So camouflage the pak choy with the mustard green. As you can see, the ones that are closer to this end are not as eaten as the ones that are close to the edge. So they're having a banquet. So I might pull everything out and just put some manure down and leave it. But glad to see that the garlic came up. So hopefully soon and soon we'll be seeing more in here. But let's take some pictures of what it looks like now, because it just looks so much better, as you can see. This is the corner I always stand on when I'm trying to take pictures of the whole space. So it now looks so open, and you can see how much getting rid of that thing there has opened out the space. I love it. It's just making me smile just looking at it. I could quite happily sit here, have a cup of tea. There's nothing growing, but it still sparks joy, a lot of joy. And as usual, it was a lot harder to do than I thought. More challenging, more tricky, but we're getting there. We have hope. We are getting there. And with that, I'll leave you for today.